Hey guys, it's Effect here, and today's gameplay I'm just gonna be speaking about or my first day at high school now. At our school we have initiation. So I'm sure most of you guys know what that is. But I'm not gonna obviously mention my school's name for to avoid any trouble or whatever. And but I will tell you though that Sean or Krypton Blaze, whatever he calls himself, at this point, the other member of the channel that also uploads, who's spoken to you guys before. He also goes to my school. He's actually in my class as well. Now, yeah, so he also experienced this, but I had a kind of weird experience. Now, it's kind of unfair in a sense, but more like unlucky. And I always get lucky, well, in most situations. So this was kind of ironic, and it all happened when my mom went to work overseas back in 2011. Back in like I don't know when it was 2011, but it was late 2011. Okay, and I was in grade 7, okay, so obviously my mom had to apply to the school I wanted to go to, and yeah, so she applied in about August or so, and in about September, October, whatever, they would send you an email, or I think no, around late November, around that time, they would send you an email, um, or yeah, confirming what the child or what your learner needs to have, in order to go to school on the first day with or whatever. Now, because my mom changed jobs and went overseas, her old email from her old work was actually the one that was registered with the high school, right? So they sent all the requirements and the whole brochure type thing to that email address, but she had lost it because she went overseas, right? So essentially, I had fuck all idea what was in store for me on that day, and that's where things turned to complete shit. Now, funny enough, okay, so I was back then at that age, I was slightly cocky, a bit of a joker in a sense, but I was pretty chilled, I guess you could say. I was reasonably nice, but I was a bit cocky. But now, yeah, well, I don't know if you could say cocky, but you guys get the picture, okay? Now, I was busy drinking Monster, and I was like chilled. I walked to school with my tie done, everything chilled, whatever. Now, remember the tie part, because it's essential, okay? So yeah. Now, I go through the front gates, okay, with my mom. I'm chilled. I'm about to go, meet all my other friends, or whatever. I'm wondering, where the hell is everyone? I'm like, I just see a bunch of older kids that I've never seen in my life before, and all of a sudden, some guys look at me thinking, you know what, they haven't seen this guy before, so they come up to me and they're like, "Hey, bro, are you grade 8?" And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, bro, this guy was quite nice, okay. So he's like, bro, just take off your tie and just greet everyone, look down, and don't look up at anyone in the face, okay. So I'm like, okay, sure. But obviously now you're thinking, okay, don't look anyone in the face, but when you greet someone, you look them in the eye. So I go around greeting people, and then I'm like, greeting people, looking down and stuff. But with common, instinct, I end up accidentally looking them in the face, and like they start screaming like, "Why are you looking up?" or whatever. I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, what did I just step into? So now I get meet by meet, holy shit. I get met by matric or grade 12 whatever, and he comes to me and obviously he starts getting angry at me or whatever, and they tell me to go up the stairs to this hall. I actually like to learn this was the smaller hall at our school, the older school hall. We had a new one built, but the older one was used for initiation. Okay, so I went up to this hall. Okay, and I'm not gonna ruin any of the traditions or anything. I'm not gonna mention too much. I'm just gonna mention what happened to me. Okay, and I'm not gonna disclose my school's name. So but what happened was worst thing ever, okay? So first of all, I had to stand at the back, and I didn't have a board. Now I'll tell you guys later why that's important, okay? What it was. Okay, so I was back in the last row with a few other guys. Namely a friend of mine that also left our school, but he was a friend of mine. He had been in our school for a few months. He was in my primary school, and another guy that I would later get to know as well. And what ended up happening was we got in trouble because apparently you had to have a board that said your name and your nickname. And I was without one, and this is all because I didn't get the email, right? So I had no clue this was happening. Like I would have obviously if I had to, but I had no idea this is what they needed. And
UAV destroyed.
I had no idea you had to look down. I had no idea you couldn't wear your tie because you were a grade 8 initiation. Um, so I had no idea what was in store for me, and the whole entire day. Because back then, I would admit, I'll admit, okay, I was back then I was quite a pussy in a sense, okay. I'm just gonna say it. I was a pussy, okay, and getting like shouted at and like hazed and shit was just like a new experience, like something I was hoping not to experience, And well, what ended up happening was in first break, this dude came up to me and he asked me why I didn't have a board, okay? Why I didn't have like a name tag or whatever. And I told him I had no idea, like I didn't know whatever. And he was like, you know what? Yeah. So he gave me a brick. I shit you not. The dude picked up a brick from the fucking floor, and he gave me a brick, and he was like, yo, dude, you're gonna go home and you're gonna write your name with a code key on this brick, and you're gonna walk around the entire 3 days initiation with a fucking brick. I was like, holy shit, fuck. Now I feel like complete cunt, okay? And this other dude starts laughing at me, like this other like matric starts laughing at me, and I'm like, oh fuck, I feel like shit now. Like I felt like such shit, like felt so bad. And the funny thing is, my mom was in South Africa, okay, but she expected to pick me up from school on the first day, like she always used to when I was younger, okay. And she was on holiday here. She was there for like a week or so, because obviously she had to go back to overseas where her job was. And I was a cell phone company called Cell C, okay, and my phone contract was being fucked up by Cell C because they were overcharging my mom. But next to that, they also somehow fucked up with their records, and apparently they believed I hadn't paid. So my phone actually went like basically, well, the SIM card wise, it went dead for like that exact day. On that exact day, my SIM card would not allow me to make any phone calls, SMSs, whatever, not connect to internet. And this phone I had was like a carrier locked phone. So basically, it was a dead phone, basically in a sense. And I had no idea where mom was, okay, and I had no idea what the fuck to do. I sat there, fucking felt like complete shit after school because I had a fucking bad day. My mom wasn't there. Fucking had a messed up phone that had no fucking like way to work or whatever, and I ended up just feeling like complete shit, honestly. It was like one of the worst days of my life. Just the amount of like hazing I got, and like the amount of shouting and shit. I just had never experienced anything like that before. So yeah, kind of funny, but I thought I'd just tell you guys a story because it is kind of nearing towards when I'm going to matric now this year, and yeah,